Did you see?
Hell yeah.
Did you see any of the news this morning at all?
About Trump?
About Trump.
I just saw it.
Is he actually getting
just saw-
arrested? I thought that was a joke.
He thinks he is.
He's getting arrested?
He claims that on Tuesday, so I mean today's Saturday, that on Tuesday he will be arrested, or he'll be indicted on charges.
Was that his real Twitter? I thought that was a...
Yeah.
Is he back on Twitter?
He said.
No, it's his truth.
This is his word for word. His word for word post is the far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week. Protest, take our nation back.
Wow. So that's all he said.
That's all I said.
So he's inciting April 6th, huh?
April 6th is a good date.
April 6th would be.
He's trying to make an April 6th go down.
There's nothing else that goes on.
Oh my God. So crazy about April Fool's thing.
Damn, Joe thinks it's like late March, huh?
Yeah.
Joe thinks it's like. Don't tell him.
Just wait. Just wait.
It's so, you know what though? It's like so confusing. I don't know if I'm just like an idiot. I'm trying to read through all these like different articles and listen to all these things to make sense of this, and I can't understand it. But
I
like,
don't understand what he's being accused
So-
of. Yeah, like, why are they arresting him?
Campaign finance violation, I believe.
that's so that's one thing.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
I know Tucker Carlson was saying that he thinks it's the falsifying of documents or something, business records. But that's a misdemeanor, and they're trying to the DA of Manhattan is seeking to upgrade that to a felony somehow by sticking another charge on top of it, which might be connected to the Stormy Daniels thing.
Yeah, I think it's all like.
Oh, right.
If he gets charged with a felony, he can't run,
He can't run.
and that's what people are
to
saying.
block him from running.
I get it now.
But Elon tweeted that if he gets arrested, he thinks that Trump is going to become president for sure.
I don't think that's a bad
Really?
guess. I don't think that's a bad guess.
How does that work?
Anytime that the system has tried to come down on him that way, his approval rating soared.
Dude, he's gonna be president again. I have a fucking feeling he's gonna be president.
Isn't it funny how like, well, I didn't know that. I didn't know that the Hillary campaign actually was pumping money and funding Trump.
Because they wanted to knock him like
They thought that he was an easier opponent to beat versus who was the other person?
Don Cheadle,
No, not. I mean, it couldn't be
Bernie Mac.
It was a Republican candidate. But basically, they thought out of all of them, they're like, Trump is so ridiculous that there's no way that he would have won, and that would have been the best candidate to go up
I
against
think it was
Hillary.
probably Ted Cruz at the time. Maybe he was the.
Oh yeah, he was dunking.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dunking. Oh, Jeb.
Jeb Bush.
That Bush.
Exclamation point.
He was dunking on everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who would have been in the primaries? Who had the best chance aside from Trump, right? They were afraid of someone. The Democratic National Committee was afraid of someone in the Republican primaries. So they boosted Trump thinking that it'll be a big joke, whatever, and then it flipped.
Yeah. Because it was supposed to be a layup for the Clintons, right? For Hillary.
Oh yeah.
It was supposed
It
to
was
be.
like, dude, she got this. Like,
Remember Nate Silver of 538 said the day of the morning of the election, she has a 90 fucking 2% chance of winning. Some shit like that.
and I remember during the election, she was like smoking them the whole time.
Yeah.
She was smoking them, and then
Where were you the moment Trump was announced as president?
I was up out front. I was fucking.
I had like two sparklers in my hand, and I was going like that.
You know what's funny? Because I was in college at that time. I was fucking. I was storming the Capitol before it was cool, man.
They don't look like
Shit,
that.
you don't know. You don't know. There's some yellows in there.
One man storm.
But I remember the day after Trump got elected, I had class at Northridge. I was in college, and I remember everybody was like everybody was. It was such a somber feeling. It felt like after 9/11.
People were like crying. Bro.
People were, and then like the teachers were like, I understand everyone's feeling a little upset about the election, but we still have to get through today's court.
What a
And
difference.
We worked at like a rehab. We worked at like an aquatic rehab center. That was like one of our classes that we had to do. We had to work with like
Oh yeah, right.
and then, but then the whole time they're like, it's okay. So we're just gonna go through the day. I understand if you guys are feeling like not okay.
Everybody just goes underwater and cries.
Just drowns themselves, dude. Just
Next time, whoop.
like, woo!
Great day.
Let's go!
get a hat. You get a hat.
Nah, it was a good time, dude.
Nick's doing cannonballs in that shit.
Backflips into
I was at Toca Madera. You know that place where Gio's birthday was at? It's like this Hollywood like kind
You guys were
of.
celebrating too.
No, we were there at night when they announced like when you could see like the map and the numbers and everything, and everybody just started like crying, bro. Like they were so
shit.
sad because this is Hollywood. Yeah, it was Hollywood, so everybody was just like you could see like just grown ass dudes just going, "Fuck it, it's over." It's fucking over. Like they're just like life is done. It's so funny,
And I
bro.
love that we made politics sports.
I know.
Fucking love it.
It's the national championship
I did think that when I saw his reaction, he looked surprised that
Yeah, I
he won.
think, I think he's like, holy
Yeah.
fucking shit, what am I gonna do? Jesus.
And then there's even a comedian that made fun of he was like he didn't think he was gonna win, but it all makes sense now. Once this news came out about the Hillary campaign funding Trump, then it was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense because they've been buddies. Him and the Clintons, they've been buddies for so many years, right? So it could have been that it's like, okay, like you be my opponent, right? And then like,
Sure, yeah.
and what is he gonna do once he's president? Is he gonna go, actually, Hillary's the real winner here?
Right.
But let me just give this to her, you know?
It's like boxing to pad your record.
Yeah, but he
just go-
accidentally won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of those jobs too. Like you sit there and you're the president and you wake up and you just go in the office and like
Just spinning like.
so how does this work? Like
It's like Tommy Boy.
checking out the phone. Oh, hello.
Remember in Tommy Boy where he's like working at his dad's company and he's just playing with a fan? Laura.
yeah, dude. Like but that's one it's like you've never done that job before. Only a couple people have.
Right.
What the fuck do you do in day one? What do you even do?
Prank call the Pentagon.
Yeah.
There you go.
Day one. Done.
All day.
Hey,
Dude.
just want to check, make sure we got
Day
nuclear
one?
missiles still? Cool, thank you.
Demand access to Area 51.
That's what I
Day one.
Field trip.
Just want to go see the aliens. A lot of people are also thinking that it's not really. It's like a ploy. It's probably not really going to happen. Also, like I think Tucker Carlson was saying something about like it doesn't sound likely that it would take place in the sense that the DA that's going after him is not a federal. It's like it's not federal charges, but he's a state DA. So
It's
he's
not
like,
enough to stick.
You can't pursue a federal charge.
Oh.
Did you see the jury? One of the jury people from this?
No.
One of the people from the grand jury came out and did a media tour for some fucking reason.
They could do that before a trial.
And this chick was like, she's like, we're gonna get him. And she's like fucking popping and locking. I'm not kidding. Like it was like weird. She was like, yeah. And after this happened,
the jury
after this happened,
is biased?
everyone in the media, who obviously like the people who hate Trump in the media, they're all like, this is fucked up. Like why'd she do this? Like this is gonna fuck up the trial.
This is weird.
So yeah, it was really odd. Can
you do that?
I'll send you the video.
As a
Right.
grand jury.
I know exactly. Well, you can talk about like I think you can talk around things, but you can't talk about shit like you're rooting for it.
Like she's meeting up with Mean Gene to do like an interview.
right.
I mean, won't they excuse her after seeing something like that?
That would be a
I would
mistrial.
assume so.
Yeah.
I would assume so. But
It's
I don't
like
know.
someone going through an active trial, going on a book tour.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude. That's like being a referee in the Super Bowl and you're wearing an Eagles jersey. Okay. It's like, no, I'm neutral, dude. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. And then the Eagles scored. And
Penalty.
So that is I think Elon's pretty on point though. It's like the more shit happens to him that makes him like look like a victim of this entire like ploy.
the system.
Yeah,
If you
it
make him a
works.
victim of the system. He will use the system to win. That's the thing, man.
Right.
Especially
And it
because
sort of
right
proves
now
his points, right?
People hate like the elites in media. In like, there's already a narrative of like
It hasn't been a good 4 years for
corporations, narrative. You know, all these and snobby ass like virtue signalers. And then,
Trust is down for sure.
Yeah, and fucking
Everyone's tired of Joe Biden, dude. I hear everyone even people that are like very.
Do you know anybody that's like used to be about Joe that is now like
No, I never met anyone who liked Joe Biden.
Yeah,
I knew
I've never met
Bernie
that.
people. That's it.
Yeah.
Bernie people.
Bernie people. Yeah, there's so many more candidates from the left that were so like they had real supporters.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that was like, I can't wait till Joe Biden fucking wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the only people that I do think we're rooting for him is the older generation that want
people.
They like establishment shit because they come from that like, oh, remember the good old days when everything was more chill. And I think in their argument was always, well, he's been in office from Obama. He knows what he's doing. Trump, he's like a business guy who knows where his head is. All these other like people, they're too radical. So they're like, let's get a safe middle guy. But they don't think in terms of, oh, that guy is just a corporate dog.
Right.
Like now our generation is more like, oh yeah, they have establishment candidates who take tons of money from corporations, whether it's right or left, it doesn't matter. They're the same camp. Yeah. And then their generation is they still believe in the right and the left, and then, you know, they're actually meaning what they say. So
it's corporatist America, right? Like corporatist America owns both parties, and then they just want to get all their shit through. And everything else be damned.
And even though that's a fact, their generation will hear that and think it's some hippie conspiracy bullshit.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a divide. And does our generation vote? No. Our generation, I mean, even us and younger, millennials and younger just don't vote. Yeah. So who's actually voting? It's the senior citizens that are making decisions for the whole country.
When you go to the polling center, that's mainly who's there.
Because they're the ones that care. And then they listen to the old school politics because that's what they're comfortable with. All this new stuff is way too radical, and it's scary.
I find it kind of ironic, too, that when Trump was elected president, everybody was like, that dude runs his mouth so much he's going to get us into a war his whole term.
No war!
No war.
He didn't...
And now? Damn, what's going on, bro?
He was hanging out in North Korea, shaking hands. He was like chilling with everybody.
That part's kind of funny to me.
That is so funny.
That was wild. When he walked into North Korea, that was fucking wild.
Who would have thought that was gonna happen?
Not me.
The narrative was like, oh, we're gonna get in a war with North Korea.
Dude, I remember being on.
He's gonna pop his gums off.
I was on the phone. With like a bunch of Hollywood people when like he was pissing off North Korea, and they're like, well, we might not even live through the weekend, like shit like that.
Like, all right,
they really
dude.
thought they're like, oh, we're gonna get nuked over the weekend. Like they were really saying this shit like normally, like just completely normal. Like
because
we might get nuked.
he did a switch where he antagonized the fuck out of them, and then he flipped, and then he went over there and shook his hand, and everyone's like,
wild.
"What the fuck?"
No, it's what he did. Now that I look back, it's like, oh man, that is exactly what I did to like bullies in high school. Like it's like you come at them and you're like, hey, fucking don't pick on me. You can pick on anybody else. Don't fucking pick on me, motherfucker. And then they like kind of do this thing where they're like, hey, we're chill, right? We're cool now. It's all good. And that's kind of that's exactly what he did. Is he just did some high school shit.